Hello, beautiful souls. It's Teresa Kautman here, and it is 9/27/2025, about 4:25 a.m. And with this recent energy, I've been up a little bit earlier, and we can see here, going right into the energy chart, what was last night and here. So this was after 10, so all day we had the energy that I really do not like. I do not prefer this. And then it got worse here towards the evening. So let's see if this was 12, this white line here. It was 12 a.m. So that my reading goes from 10 to 10. So I just marked the 12 here of the new day. So my reading goes in from one day to the next just to match up to these charts from Russia and their time zone. So we had this 12 to 11, 10, 9. So about 9, 8, 7, 6. We had some little power surges here at 6. So from around 6, this was dinner time or bedtime and sleep. A lot of people are still sleeping. Good for them. Yay. So we had a little spike here, and it's like this white energy with a lot of red. Not quite as bad as over here 2 days ago. So it would have been Saturday, Friday. This would have been Thursday morning. Oh, this would have been Thursday. Thursday started here. Friday started there. Friday ended there. It's a little bit confusing. I'm just starting to get it after about a month. So we can see like this red stuff here. I think that's the integration, and we're working through issues that we have. And here too, it's like we get a lot of revelations and a lot of activity relating to issues we have, and then we try to integrate them. So some of this here I think is like integration issues. But when it's got all these little lines in it, see how it's not quite a full spark. So yesterday was not that great for me. How about you? I'm already feeling a little bit better with more of the white. So more of the white, better, even though sometimes it's a little bit rough, but it's easier to get into a better mood. When it's this, it's like it takes a lot for me to get out of my mood. If I'm mad about something, I'll ruminate, not good. So this energy here from the pink line to the next pink line, which is going to be over by that 24 that you see way down there. That'll be at 10 a.m. this morning. So that usually plays out. We'll see it, throughout the day from the Schumann resonance charts. It's pretty good at updating them. Unless there's something goes down, it seems like they are not going to come back to work. If they're off work and it's down and it's a weekend, it might be 36 hours. So this energy, it goes towards or lines up with this chart. My new draw that I do today has nothing to do with this chart. So let's put the right chart up, see how that looks compared to the energy chart. So this draw was from this pink line. There's been an owl out here all morning messing around. Okay, so that was at after 10 a.m. yesterday. And then we're at 4 a.m. today. And this was the draw. He had, oh, which one's showing? Okay, all right. That was the draw that we had. Excuse me. And the flow from yesterday to today. Yesterday, we had the Queen of Swords, clarity and boundaries. I was very clear that I was not in a good mood yesterday, and I set some boundaries just for my own safety and other people's safety. Because when I'm not in a good mood, my personal issues, it's like hard for me to not say what I'm feeling kind of thing. So I'd rather talk another time when I can soften my truth. I will speak my truth, but I don't like doing it when I'm in a bad mood or, anxiety ridden, because then I come from a place of fear and I don't want to do that. So setting boundaries, not always being available. It's your right to put it off, to say another time. If you're not feeling well, or, emotionally you're not feeling well, you need a mental health break or whatever, people need to set those kind of boundaries for their own growth and, self-esteem issues too, because if you allow yourself just to be always open to people, it's not good. So clarity with boundaries, we need that. Everybody needs that. With the Hanged Woman, the outcome, and maybe that's why some of it was like, I felt like I was going over a lot of issues, and issues that need to be resolved come up. Yeah, when you elucidate them. So pause and shift in perspective, so you get a good look at them, even though it doesn't feel good. You're looking at them and you'd feel kind of like you're hanging upside down. I feel dizzy. I feel sick. I feel anxiety. Why am I hanging here? I feel so vulnerable. So there's all those feelings with that. So pause, shift, perspective, shadow work, the Eight of Swords, and that again, and death is the clarifier, reveal that transformation is still unfolding. So some of these issues, I have really particular issues that I know death pertains to. A relationship ending that's been way too long in the, death throes, and having to get rid of that. And then with that, you have other death things, the house that you lived in for 30 years, you have to, sell and move on from. So those things are hard, especially at my age, but they're hard at any age, really, if you're going through things like this. But it's life, it's things that happen. And, we're both still kicking, so nobody died or anything like that. So it's not the worst deaths happening, but it is death to relationships and things like that. And these deaths are needed, really, to move on. So today we're moving forward from this. So this is not, let's go into today's reading. And today's draw will go from I'm going to get this off here. We'll go from the, I want to pause. I don't want everybody to see everything, future. Okay, so this draw will start at 10 a.m. after the Schumann energy runs its course. So we'll see that it'll be done at 10. However, it takes a little bit for them to update the chart. So I probably foresee maybe more of the same. That's been a pattern lately. This stitching pattern with a lot of this bright light and with the red thing. So it's more like integration light. It's allowing more ideas, more clarity to the situation, though, with the white. So I really do appreciate it a little softer with the white light. Okay. So let's turn that off. Get to the draw. And today, from yesterday's, it moves the energy from mental clarity into embodied confidence. So today looks like a better day. So more confident, maybe able to work more on your goals or your, future plans. I already had plans today for, cleaning up my laundry room where I keep a lot of my Halloween holiday stuff. Cleaning that up and making space for selling some things on eBay. I should put my link in the eBay thing, so if anybody's interested in supporting me, there's some things I'll have for sale. I have some really cool, brand new Gremlins, if you like the Gremlins cups. I figure it's going to be a good time to put things up for Thanksgiving and holidays. People buy a lot of stuff for themselves on the holidays too. Do you? Be honest. We all buy things for ourselves when we're Christmas shopping. I did it from a very young age. I can remember going to the mall and they'd have all these makeup kits. And as a teenager, like, whoa. Revlon, Charlie brand, they had like the prettiest eyeshadows and stuff. I didn't necessarily like the perfume, but the makeup was really nice. So, excuse me. So we're going to have some embodied confidence. And the Queen of Wands is our root. And so we'll have forward vision. So it's really good. So I'm already experiencing some of that energy. And I also have realized monitoring the energy and the planets and all these other things and listening to like Adrian Elise, I feel the energy before others. I'm almost like a canary in the coal mine. Feeling the energy first. So last night, I had some clarity in dreams. They seemed more, even though I still couldn't remember them, not as anxiety-ridden, more whole. Because during the anxiety, I had a dream where I was face-to-face with somebody. We were both crying and carrying on about, I don't know, some death or dying or something. And I didn't know this person. I'm like, what the heck? So, I don't know. I haven't, looked on Facebook to see if anybody someone in my family could have passed away. That's very typical. Someone will come in my dreams. So anyway, that was a weird, strange one. But shadow turbulence is going to remain. We're still working through some things, and we'll get to that. Okay, so the root is the Queen of Wands. Begins with radiant, confidence, creativity, and charisma. We all need that. The collective is being asked to step into authentic leadership, not by dominance, but by shining brightly. And when you come into a situation or a group, just being yourself. There's nothing like everybody being authentic. It's hard with real young people because they're still finding is it safe and finding their identity. But as older people, we can help them and help the whole group by being authentic. So, and it makes things way more fun. Way more fun. Okay. So then we have the current vibration. That's the Nine of Pentacles. The atmosphere is independence and abundance. There's a strong pull towards self-sufficiency and pride and personal growth. The collective has tasted the rewards of discipline. So, yeah. So I've been feeling some of that just with doing this channel. It's been a little over a month. Doing it every day, showing up, sometimes twice a day, but that's really hard since my new schedule started. So, so now I'm into some support groups and things like that. So I have obligations. So we have, the outcome is, we don't want the outcome yet. The current vibration is 9 of Pentacles. There's a strong pull towards self-sufficiency and pride and personal growth. So, and that strong pull towards self-sufficiency, me wanting to, I'm going to have to be on my own. And while I want to contribute to others, I think I'll feel better selling some of my things because I used to have an eBay channel and I do have an eBay store, and I used to be more active selling things. So I have a lot of things in my house that were meant to sell, and I just never got around to it. So now that I have a little more time, not for all the best reasons that I have more time, but I can easily do more work like that than a 9 to 5. So the challenge is the Four of Pentacles, and looky him. Oh my goodness. Look, his little hands are up here. Hands are hidden, but he has 4. Oh. The shadow side is clinging too tightly. Fear of loss, control, or scarcity. Yeah, see, that's some of that with, I have to let go of some things. See what's the most valuable of my possessions and get rid of a lot, because I've been in my house for 30 years. That is a long time. And I love like children's toys and things like that, but do I need those toys? No, I do not. I'll keep some, but some of them are so nice too. So I have some 90s like little tykes. The tables were bigger, the chairs were bigger, the plastic's better, more durable. And I also have the workbench, the little phone, and all the pegs and all the little, it's even got the plug to it. And I'm thinking, that plug probably was a choking hazard. So yeah, that seems to be, like I always say, the cards really, for the most part, usually just are affirming of the energy you're feeling. So that's very much, everything so far is what I'm moving into. And like I said, I'm feeling a lot better today than yesterday. So with that white light, I know that is now I'm realizing I feel much better when there's that white light. So when the energy of the earth has energy, we're being energized. Solar flares, I don't know what's causing it, but that's another thing many people watch. And I also, Suspicious Observers talks about all the flares and the things that are happening. So it's very interesting also. And may bring that in as I get more adept at juggling the energies right now that I'm monitoring. So we have the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Three of Wands for the outcome. Forward vision and expansion. The collective is setting sights on what's next, waiting for ships to come in and preparing to step into wider horizons. I am right there. I don't know about you, but this sounds so right, like where we are. And sometimes it does feel like we're alone, but we do have things on the burner that are going to come in and are there for us. I got the sale of my house, so I will be better off financially, and have a lot less stress about finances when that happens, when we can get everything settled. So, yeah, but there's a lot of anxiety in my life over things, and I know everybody is going through a lot. It is just a very stressful time. And I hope by, community and sharing, being authentic with others, we all can get through this without going insane and shooting everybody. We can do this. Because I believe as a people, as a collective, we could be put anywhere. It doesn't have to be the United States. It could be another land. We will regroup in the Constitution or something quite similar, Magna Carta, from I don't know how far back it goes. But that's been, Western culture, and I think we will continue forward with our values, valuing human life, individuality, betterment, self-improvement. So, and I think now, too, there's more options for self-improvement with the internet. It's just not one type of person, one type of mindset, one training method that they use during the manufacturing age. So Three of Wands. I'm preparing for wider horizons, even at my age, and no matter what your age, I hope you're all right here. You may feel alone, but we do have people coming in. Ships are coming in. So the hidden card is the Wheel of Fortune, or this deck calls it the Fates. And Destiny, I like the weaving part because this is about cloth. These dresses. Destiny is weaving beneath the surface. Even when things feel shaky, there's a larger pattern unfolding that connects today's confidence with tomorrow's opportunities. So live today, live today how you're feeling, and know that there are opportunities. Even if you don't know them, just work forward on what's presented. Slow work, steady work on what's in front of you. So the clarifier number 1, that brings in the clarifier, the Tower. So some structures may crack today, forcing realignment. So we have a Tower clarifier with the Crow Tarot. And the Tower can be unsettling, but it clears space for authentic expression. Queen of Wands and new expansion, the Three of Wands. So those things in my life have to go. They should have been gone a long time ago. The Tower's already dilapidated. It's going down. It's like the house. It's not good. So better it goes down than you can rebuild. So then with the clarifier 2, both of them were major arcana. The hidden card and the 2 clarifiers were major arcana. So important times, but not like so far. The best hit I had on the cards were on the 10th. That morning I got up, did all this, and got my video out before 10 a.m. And it was the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I said, I don't know, 3 major arcanas in the 4 card spread. Has to be something to that. We need to pay attention. I know that much when that happens. So and I said, we'll see if something major happens that's going to affect the collective. And it did. So I was not pleased that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, but in awe that it showed up in the cards. So I do believe I have intuitive gifts. I don't think it's the cards. The cards aren't magic. It's all God-given gifts to people. And He gives them to everybody, and we need to develop them. Develop the prophetic and the intuitive and the way God wants us to go. Or universe, spirit, great spirit. Go the path we're meant to go down. So, and that is a narrow path because it's just for you. Nobody else might be on it. So that's, to me, some of the, the Christians called the cross they must bear. And it is hard. It is hard to stay authentic, to stay loving, to remain yourself, to develop yourself amongst everything that's going on. You'd be so sidetracked. So guidance through tradition and wisdom or collective structures in the midst of Tower energy, the Hierophant anchors us in values, truth, and spiritual grounding. So with the Tower stuff, we still have the structure. And when we have that structure, like I said, that's the same as a people. It could all be destroyed, but the structure remains. The Constitution, the things that we want, values remain. And that is, a lot of times it's through churches. So I'm a Protestant, so the Protestants did a lot in the founding, in the Revolutionary War. I don't know so much about the Catholics. They were kind of shunned. I don't say that's good or bad, but it's just Protestant we don't want to kiss the ring. When they say no kings, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I don't want no king. I'm not kissing a ring. I'm not doing that for Trump or anybody. I'm not bowing down. I still have my values. I loved it when Trump was talking about the vaccine when he was campaigning and the audience, boo. I would have like, boo, louder. That wasn't good. I didn't like it. But to his account, he did say he wasn't going to mandate it, and he didn't. So if you do what you say, and I feel like I can trust you, all the little, your personality flaws, so yeah, that's that. So I'm really happy with this reading, and it's fairly clear, and it's putting the finger right on the energy, I believe. So yeah, so we're going through tower moments right now, but we have the structure and the heart, because the structures, like I'm almost inbred, in us. So, and I say that but on my grandma's side, it's like, I always say I'm 3 generations from Puritan, because they couldn't show their ankles, my grandma said. They couldn't sit in their bedrooms. That's the side of my family, my grandma's side, that's been here for a long, long, long time. Oh, quite a time before the Revolutionary War. And my grandpa, though, he's from Bohemia, so he came here in the late 1800s. A bunch of people from that area came because of war and all that. So, yeah, that's my last name. So his legacy I really appreciate. I don't know much about it, but I would like to learn more. And those times, that generation didn't talk much about stuff. They weren't very sherry at all. So, excuse me, they did not have social media. Nothing like that. So our weekly anchor, my throat, oh my goodness. I'm feeling better. The smoke has cleared up in the area. I'm in the Seattle area, and we were like all smoked. It wasn't really smoky, but air quality was bad. Ooh, bad. Okay, so the weekly anchor, let's put up the whole, take away that. This is the reading today. So it's from 10 a.m. today to 10 a.m. tomorrow. So 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. 9:28. I put 10 a.m. again. I gotta take that off. Gotta edit. I have a fruit fly. Okay, so weekly integration. We have the devil card still. And the devil's theme of attachment and control appear here in the 4 of Pentacles challenge. Today's tower shows what happens when attachments aren't released voluntarily. They get broken. That's where I am. I'm sure with this reading, the collective is probably here too. And, we're having broken moments and having to pick up the pieces. And, I am going to really work on voluntarily leaving. I'm very much attached to my house and where I've been for 30 years, where you raised your children and those things. You get very attached. We have to let them go and move on to different things and different experiences. And I have to look and think, oh, it's going to be better. Well, for one thing, I'm going to have more fun. So, yeah, it's going to be better. So the monthly theme is the 8 of Pentacles. And it's the reward of that disciplined effort. So, it goes with I did do that with the monthly. Yay, I did this. This morning I was up early. That energy really makes me, I went to bed early, and it's hard for me to sleep during it, so I woke up early. So I've been up since about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's now 5. So I just figured, I'll just get up and then take a nap, a morning nap, and just get some work done. So this was some of the work I did. So it's going to make it easier for me when I just drop in October's month, which is coming up soon. It's now the 27th. So I might do that soon because I'm going to also have to draw another week card. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have like some partial weeks. If I should just draw a card for those 2 days, extra days, or just roll them into the next. But I don't know. I have to work that out because not all months are going to have 4 weeks. They might have like 4 weeks and 3 days or 2 days, something like that. So, the Devil's attachment and control here in the Four of Pentacles challenge today. That was the weekly. Yeah. Okay, the monthly theme. How does it tie into the monthly theme? The Hanged Woman was yesterday's outcome. Flows in today's Tower perspective. Shift continues, but now through external events. So yesterday's drawing was the Hanged Woman in the outcome position. Monthly challenge was the Nine of Swords. It's been like that. I mean, Kirk's assassination caused a lot of activity in the collective. I knew some people didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. I did. I watched him, his coverage in the election, and he was very effective in his work. And he just wanted to debate. And he felt somewhat, if you debate, you have a thesis and you feel like this is the right. So he thought, religious living or moral living will create a better life. I can't think it will. I don't think you have to be as dogmatic as some people are, but some people need that. They need stronger structures. And sometimes even during different phases of your life, you need them. You need stronger structures and might be more dogmatic in your thought. Most of the things I would argue against his points would be Catholicism. So, like I said, I'm not kissing no ring. I don't think it's right. And when you say all these bad things that happened in Christian name, you're mostly talking about the Catholic Church, not Protestants, who also were martyred and killed by, I think, more of us than anybody else. During the Inquisition, they weren't killing other, like native people or other cultures. They were killing other Europeans. So that's why we had to run over here, escape. Anyway, so the Hanged Woman Tower. Okay, so, but now through external events, things that we can't control. So that never feels good. Monthly challenge, Nine of Swords. Anxiety may spike. If the Tower shakes your stability, the Queen of Wands says, stand firm in your light. Don't collapse into fear. So let's not, collapse into fear. We can do this with grace. And so let's muster as much grace as we can as the Tower falls. As it crumbles around us. I just had a vision of like picking up something and saying, oh, I'm going to just take this and remind myself of what I went through. And then you're going to see in the future how much better things are. You're going to use this part of the Tower to decorate something better. So, so the challenge, the Nine of Swords, don't collapse into fear. The monthly gift, the Page of Pentacles. After today's disruptions, new seeds of grounded learning will emerge. Yeah, so things that happen, you're going to learn from it, and it's going to grow to create something else. It could be, you know, a new way to do something, new business. It could be a lot of different things, but new seeds are great. So, the Nine of Pentacles, the vibration, plus the Three of Wands outlook. So the Queen of Cups is our outcome. And now we have the Three of Wands outlook today. That's not our outlook. Oh, yeah, it is. The outcome. So the Three of Wands, the outcome today. So moving towards emotional mastery. So I like that. So we have some planetary things happening also. We have Mars in Scorpio, square Pluto. And it's still active. It was September 24th through the 25th. Deep underworld tension surfacing. Mirrors, Tower, Clarifier. Sun, freshly in Libra. Justice, truth, and balance now highlighted. Aligns with Hierophant, Clarifier, anchoring integrity. Venus in Virgo square. Uranus in Gemini. Collective relationships and values. Undergoing shocks and revelations. Another Tower echo. An eclipse corridor still open. Transformations are still integrating. The Fates, this hidden card, emphasized karmic timing. So the guidance for today's draw is step into confidence, Queen of Wands. We can do this. Grace. Without gripping too tightly. The Four of Pentacles here. Don't grip too tightly. Independence and growth is the Nine of Pentacles for our vibration. So independence and growth are real, but expansion, Three of Wands, requires trust. You know, we have to start trusting. A lot of people mistrust everything. And I get it. There's a lot of things to mistrust, but we have to trust each other in the collective. And to realize that there's far extremes in the political parties that we just have to freaking tell them to shut the F up. Because we want to move on. And we have so much in common as the collective. And their voices are so outrageous that they get heard. Not the middles. So we really are, the collective is the wide stream. And they're on the shores like being really loud and obnoxious and get lots of attention for their bad behavior. Yeah. So it requires trust. If the tower shakes foundations, lean on the Hierophant, wisdom and spiritual anchors. So, yeah, your family, your friends, your routines that keep you grounded. The Fates remind us, look what chaos, what looks like chaos is a part of destiny, because you need these things to go away in order to have new things revealed. Yeah, it's a real fight for many of us. That's why the tower is needed to just, it's going to crumble, baby. So, with that, the affirmation, I release control and trust the unfolding of my destiny. With confidence and vision, I expand into new horizons. I can see it now. I'm there, my new horizons. My new dwelling place. Perfect for all my needs. So, I will be back a little later today. I was trying to make it around 4:20, but that really is not going to work for me in the future because I really should be cooking dinner about that time. So I'm going to go a little bit earlier and bring in the new energy. Especially on the weekends, it'll be easier for me to do a second video And I also do some streaming, just scrolling kind of stuff and seeing what the collective's doing. And we'll be doing some of that. So I will see you soon. Have a great day. The read looks really good. Starts at 10 a.m. See you soon.